So today we're going to be showing you one of my best solo legendary PvE builds. This build 100% can solo legendary summit from 1 through 99. You guys can make it all the way to the top, and the reason why is because this shield is so powerful. And yes, a lot of you guys have probably said, well, you've made a shield build before and you were using raid exclusive pieces. Well, don't worry. Right here, you will not need to run any raid exclusive pieces. All these pieces can be dropped in the open world. And I wanted to show you guys a little bit of gameplay of just how powerful this is, just tanking almost anything. And I actually ran this in the summit on legendary with 3 directives. So this build actually works. Now, before we get into the video, I do want to say thank you to our sponsor of the video, Skillshare. And a lot of you guys might ask, well, what is Skillshare? Well, that is a great question. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for creative and curious people. And with classes under 60 minutes with short lessons to fit any schedule, it makes it a no-brainer. Have you ever thought about getting into content creating? This would be a perfect place for you to learn, with classes on animation, design, illustration, photo, and film. And don't forget, since Skillshare is sponsoring this video, be the first 1,000 to click the link in the description box and get a free trial of Skillshare Premium membership. And the great thing about Skillshare is you can take it on the go. You can learn from your tablet, on your phone. You can learn anywhere, anytime you have a moment. But let's get back into the build. So the build I was using was a 4-piece Foundry set with an exotic backpack and a Providence chest piece. Now we are running 1.7 million armor, that's 322,000 health. Now I am running the name pistol because remember that gives me 1 skill tier. It has pistol damage on here, and then I have the talent close and personal. Every time I kill a target within 7 meters, it grants 30% weapon damage for 10 seconds. So it's almost always. Now, a lot of you guys might look at the build and be like, well, why do you have so many blues, so many yellows? And we'll explain in a second. And yes, you could probably put a little bit more offensive roles, but I decided to keep more defensive roles for one reason in particular. But what we'll do is we'll break out on the build right now, and I'll show you exactly how I have everything rolled. So we are running a 4-piece Foundry Bulwark set. And remember, the 2-piece gives us that 10% armor, the 3-piece gives us that 1% armor regen, 50% shield health, and then the 4-piece, whenever you or your shield takes damage, that's 20% of that amount is repaired to both over 15 seconds. And that's why you can see that I have no problem staying alive. Now on the mask, that is my first piece of Foundry. I'm running armor, crit hit damage, and then a crit hit chance mod. So with this build, I decided to go with a little bit more crit hit chance, crit hit damage to get those higher numbers while running the pistol. Now, if we get into the chest piece, we are running a Providence chest piece, and this gives us that 15% headshot damage from the 1-piece. Now, if you really want to, you can run a DNH piece that give you 20% pistol damage, but we have the 15% headshot damage here. Now, I haven't found a God roll DNH chest piece, but if I can find one with these rolls with weapon damage, headshot damage, critical hit damage, then I would switch. Now, we do have Intimidate on here. While you have bonus armor, this amplifies total weapon damage by 35% to enemies within 10 meters, and we should be able to keep that up at all times. Now, our second piece of Foundry, we have armor and critical hit damage on the holster, and then on the knee pads, we have armor and critical hit damage. Now for the gloves, I wanted to put a little more crit chance, so we have armor and critical hit chance. Now the backpack, we're going with the exotic backpack, obviously that has weapon damage, armor, skill tier, and then we put a skill hit chance mod on here. Now the reason why this is so good, if you think about it, is because we have 30% weapon damage, right? But we also have 30% skill efficiency, and if you guys remember, that's skill health, that's skill repair, that's all of that in one, and it's just amazing to have on this build. And we're gonna get into how much my skill is gonna heal my shield in just a second. And you guys are gonna notice, you're gonna be like, wow, that's why he doesn't die. So if you notice right off the bat, right, we actually have 5 blues and 3 yellows. Remember, for the shield to be maxed out, we only need to have 6. But the reason why I went with 5 blues and 3 yellows is because of the healing on here. Look at this skill repair. 47% skill repair. That's amazing. That's almost half of my shield. And my shield at full buffs is about 19 million. So when I have the 30 stack skill efficiency from the backpack, the shield is at almost 19 million. So that's why this 47% healing almost half of that is crazy. If you look right here, the shield, right? It's at 14.6 million, 0 stacks. When this is at full stacks, 19 million. So just, it's pretty crazy. I have active regeneration on there. I have shield health, and the final one should be holster regeneration, or you can really mod this however you want, guys. Really, those mods don't matter too much with how powerful the build is already at. If we get into the stats of the pistol, we have almost 52% crit hit chance rate, 84% crit hit damage, and 136% headshot damage. So that's why we crit pretty nice to the body. I think we were critting almost 500k to the body on those heavies in legendary, and then I'm pretty sure we're critting about 1.1 million to the head with full stacks. And that's why this build is an absolute beast, and I personally think it's a lot easier to fire this than the Liberty. The Liberty kind of shoots all over the place, but don't get me wrong, I've gotten really used to using the Liberty, so to me it's not that big of an issue. But I've heard your concerns. A lot of you guys say, man, I hate the Liberty, it's just so crazy. But I think with this, having that 3 skill tier, right, having that 47% heal is amazing, and it's just crazy. It's crazy. Once you get this build going, I don't have any issues staying alive. Once I have a full stack, that's 4% armor regeneration on the build, right? And then we also have all the skill healing, all the skill repair, just so much going on that you guys should be able to solo legendary with this build. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the build. If you guys were looking at something to help you guys clear legendary to farm, hopefully those god rolls, if that's your thing, well, this is the build for you. Let me know if you guys have any more questions on any of my builds. I do have a full build playlist. It's called Title Update 11 build playlist. I think there's over 20 different builds in there. And what I'm gonna do is I'll put a link to it. It should be at the top of the video. You should see it. Title Update 11 build playlist. And hopefully you guys can find a build that fits your play style. Personally, I like swapping out my builds. I feel like it's a lot of fun playing different styles. Sometimes I'll snipe, sometimes I use skill builds, sometimes I use AR builds, SMG builds, tank builds, and that keeps the game fun for me. Now, I'm excited to see what Title Update 12 brings. There's a lot of different builds going to be dropping, and skill builds got a lot of love. So I could see shield builds improving because of it. I can see skill builds improving because of it. And if you guys haven't checked out that video, I would really recommend it. I'll see you guys in the next Division 2 video. But until then, Nothing But Skills is out.